Hi, Letitia.
Hi.
Welcome to PLT Behind Closed Doors.
Thank you for having me.
It's amazing having you here.
I know, it's so pink. I love it.
Literally, what else would you expect from PLT?
I know, like...
You've been here before though, right?
Yeah, I shot here before and it is so beautiful, this studio. I'm just like, it's such a dream.
You are.
It's looking like it's a dream.
Now, I'm going to go straight into it.
Okay.
You have been a very busy woman. Oh my God. You're signed to 3 modelling agencies currently.
Yes.
And you just walked New York Fashion Week.
I know, I can't believe
Can everyone just take a breather for a second? Wow. Hold on.
Thank you.
Tell me what's going on. Wow.
So I went to New York in February to cast for Fashion Week, and I got a call back, and I was like, oh my God, I got a call back! I'm so excited. And so yeah, I landed the show, and that was my first time walking Fashion Week, and I was super nervous. Like, I had all the nerves, but I did it. And I remember when I had done the turn and I was on my way back, I was like, oh my God, I want to do this again. I want to do this again. I want to do this. I'm like,
I'm gonna walk out one more time.
Like, let me walk again. It was so exhilarating, especially for someone that has dreamed of this, like, all the way in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, it was just such a distant, like, possibility for me. So for me to be able to do that, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is such a dream
like
to fulfill.
Dream come
true. Like, walk Fashion Week, like, who would have thought? And as a plus size model, like that's significant, you know. So yeah,
making waves for the industry.
Yes, yes, that's what we're trying to do. Like, just see more diversity. Yeah.
And what do you think? Obviously, it's incredible that New York Fashion Week are being diverse and they're showcasing everybody. That's, you know, what we want to see. But the likes of London haven't really caught on to that yet. So what do you think could make that change? What do you think we need to do to make that change?
I think there needs to be more people that are putting their voice out there, like expressing that. I think also, like, I think what it is getting in contact with brands and like making them accountable. I think brands like PLT are incredible for inclusivity, but it would be great to see more and more higher end brands as well, like showcasing, you know, curves on the runway. But I think it's all about, like, your voice and everyone coming together and demanding change. I think that's what's gonna drive the industry forward.
And would you say that social media sort of has an impact on, you know, yourself and your career and the plus industry?
Greatly, on everyone, really. Like, whatever it is that you're trying to do, like, social media is such a huge platform to utilize, to put your voice out there, to put yourself out there, to put your work out there, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Like, I think social media is a great platform. It can be bad too, but it's all how you use it, really.
And when was it that you first started modelling?
So I think I got signed in 2016, but I didn't really work. This was in Australia. I signed to an agency called Bella. That's my mother agent. Love them. They're incredible Australian agency. And I didn't really start working until 2017. And then that's when I found out that I was moving to the US. So that was the end of 2000. When was it? 2017, going into 2018. So it's only been, like, really a couple of years.
So how was it moving from your hometown to the US?
Oh,
that must have been a big deal.
It was such a frightening transition because it was the fear of the unknown. I had no idea what I was going to step into. I was signed to Wilhelmina out here, but I had not worked in this industry. I did have a qualification underneath my belt. I'm a qualified makeup artist. Yes.
We can talk about that in a second. I can tell, by the way.
Oh, she likes to be a little bit glam. But so I did have a skill underneath my belt. So I was like, okay, you know, I might need to fall back onto makeup. I wasn't sure, like, where I would go, but literally it was like 2 days in and I was, like, straight into modeling.
Amazing.
It was like the rest was history. Like, I moved and it was less a whirlwind.
That's absolutely
I was like, oh my God, I'm
incredible.
gonna have to juggle makeup and modeling. Like, I just didn't know what I was gonna do. But I think the hardest thing prior to leaving was just that fear, like, you're leaving your family, you're leaving everything. I was moving by myself. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have a place to stay. I was just like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, I just had so many conversations in my head, like, I don't want to do it, and, like, trying to justify why I don't, like, I'm comfortable where I am. And I was like, you know what? Something's telling me I need to be out there. Like, I need to give it a go. And if it doesn't work out, go back home.
But it's definitely working out for you, can we just say?
I mean,
you don't have to put me
on that pedestal, girl. Like, shit.
Okay, let's talk about the makeup because I'm interested in that. So you're a qualified makeup artist. Yes. I can tell. Like, your makeup's incredible. I've watched a lot of your YouTube videos, your Instagram videos. So when did you first sort of get into makeup?
So I think I always loved makeup, and I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos when I was younger, I guess. And that sort of sparked my interest. And I was originally self-taught, and I had a lot of friends in the industry being like, Letitia, like models and photographers, like, why don't you do the makeup for our set? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
no way.
I was like, okay, I'll do it. Like, I'm flattered, but I'm like, am I allowed to be doing this? Like, I'm just like some self-taught girl. I'm like, should I really be doing this? And so then I was like, all right, I love this. And I was actually studying law at the time. And I was doing really well. Yeah, I was doing really well.
Oh my God.
But I remember just waking up and being like, do I really want to deal with such negativity and case manage people that, I sat down and had a conversation with myself one day. I was like, I don't think this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to do something that's creative and fun and something that I'm passionate about. And so I decided to go and do a qualification in specialist makeup. So I went and did a year of training, and halfway through the training, I completed it, but halfway through the training, I got a job at MAC. So I was there for like 5 or so years, and I started at the bottom and built my way up. Yeah, I worked on counter for the longest time.
Wow.
And yeah, I loved it. So I had a lot of friends in the industry, a lot of photographers and models and stuff. So I was just doing a lot of different bookings and jobs. And that's what led me into modeling. So
I was just like you've gone from like the makeup artist to the model.
Well, it's so funny because a lot of people like on set would be like, Letitia, like, why aren't you modeling? I'm like, girl, do you not see I'm eating chocolate? Like, I'm not skinny and 6 foot and a glamour's not like, but that was the perception, you know what I mean? I didn't really know about the plus size modeling world because I only worked with a certain type of model.
Yeah.
And so I had more and more people saying it to me, and I'm like, is this like a thing or something? So then I applied to an agency, which was, I applied to 2, and the one that I wanted, which was Bella, the best one in Australia for plus models, they got back to me in like 10 minutes. I was like,
wow.
I went in with no expectations. Like, I'm talking about, I was a girl that wear like caps on set, oversized everything, black, like didn't show my body, was always hiding away. And I was thrown into, okay, you got to get on set and bring energy and confidence. And I was like, what do I do now? Like, I've signed up to this. Like, I don't know what to do now. Like, I was like, shit. Like, what do I do? Like, I'm actually going to have to do this. Like, how do I pull this off? But I really feel like modeling has helped me become confident because everyone that I work with is so positive and everyone's so excited and just, like supportive.
Energy.
Yeah, it's just everyone's just happy, to have you and to, it's just, that's how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy little journey.
So thinking back to a while ago, so I noticed a video, no, it was an image you shared on your Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
So this is something that I know you've spoken about it a lot, whether that be in the press, whether that be on your social media, which I think is great. You've spoken about how you used to be a size 6 and you've got like a picture of yourself comparing, when you were training quite aggressively, I think it was for bikini competitions.
Yeah.
When did you decide, okay, I'm not going to do this to my body anymore. I'm not going to train myself so aggressively. I'm going to love myself for what I am or who I am.
What happened with that was I had a lot of insecurities that I was dealing with just growing up as a child, teenager, and then into a young woman. I was just battling with my body. My weight always fluctuated. I never really was one of the slender type of girls in school. I was always the bigger one. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what, that's it. I'm going to lose weight because I feel like that's what makes people feel happy and makes you confident and makes you feel beautiful. I'm going to put on a bikini and I'm going to feel incredible. So I had all these ideas in my head that by doing that, that's how I was going to feel. And I was training. I was grueling my body. I mean, I was training at least an hour and a half twice a day, so at least 3 hours a day, morning and night. Very limited intake of food. I was very, very strict. I was weighing everything that I put into my body. I wouldn't go out to social events because I knew there was going to be food and that was going to tempt me. I didn't want to be out late because I knew I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to go and train. So I secluded myself and put myself in a bubble. I would weigh myself every single day, just to see even if I've had lost like 200 grams, like the slightest amount. And I would write in my diaries, like, I'm going to be this weight tomorrow and I'm going to be this weight next week. And if I keep losing 200, I'm going to be this and this and this. And it was just so toxic. And when I look back, and what I like to say, like, if people enjoy or that's the lifestyle that they choose to live, that's wonderful. That's entirely on them, as long as they're okay up here and they're happy up here. Do you know what I mean? But I wasn't happy within and I wasn't happy up here. And I realized that it was all like my mindset that wasn't healthy. So I remember just looking in the mirror and just not being happy. And I was really just, it was hard. Like I just kept putting these expectations on myself and comparing myself to all these other women and all these other competitors. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And I just got to a point where I'm like, I can't sustain this. Like I'm not happy. And, you know, I sort of just became a little bit more comfortable with myself. And then I got to a point where I was really depressed and I'd put on weight and then I wouldn't want to see my body at all. I didn't even own a mirror because I was like, I do not want to look at myself. Like I don't want to see anything more than my face. So it was hard, but I somehow transformed my mindset and now I'm here. I don't know how.
This is the thing. So you describing that girl now, like, I know I don't know you very well, but I don't recognize that girl in you like, at all, because you're so confident. You're absolutely gorgeous. You're smashing life and like modeling everything. And I just don't recognize that, you know, that person was you.
I don't either. I look back and I'm like, that was me. Like it blows my mind that I was that person.
And it's actually like, it's upsetting to know obviously how upset you were with your body and with who you were and, you know, at such a young age. What do you think, was there anyone or anything that really helped you think, you know, teaching you how to love yourself? Because I feel like now on social media, you have got the plus industry, there's loads of, we're all diverse. We've got every type of body and every type of body is beautiful and person is beautiful. So everybody should have someone to look up to. And that's why brands using every single type of model is very important. So that every young mind has got somebody to relate to. Do you think that there was anyone back then when you were younger that you had?
I couldn't relate to anyone. The person that I could relate to was my mother because, you know, she had a similar build to me. And, you know, I saw that she was confident in herself and she definitely instilled good values into me. But when I left home, like I lost sight of that, you know what I mean? And so I didn't really have anyone that I sort of looked up to, but I think it was just more so like overcoming these things that were in my head. So it was more so like talking to myself, telling myself, you know, you are good enough. Like, don't let, like I would have a situation happen. For example, a guy might say that I was seeing at the time would be like, oh, you know, I think you should wear your clothes like this, or I think you should wear your makeup like this. And then I would do it. And then I would get really angry at myself and I'd be like, why the did I do what this man told me to do? You know what I mean? Like, why can't I have piercings? Why can't I be like this? Why can't I wear my top like that? And then I think I started to develop like this backbone to sort of protect myself and to love and find confidence within myself. And I just, I slowly like snowballed. And then when I took up modeling, it just, it really, really helped me just become comfortable and confident. And little things like when you go out to dinner or lunches with your friends, like I used to avoid being in photos, like, and if I did see a photo on social media or something, I'd be the first to like untag, get rid of my face from the picture, like as if that image never existed. So I think by putting myself out there a little bit more and accepting who I was and learning to love who I was, that really helped me get me to the point where I am now.
And on that note, you mentioned your friends there. So have you got any friends from back when you were younger that may have known you when you weren't so confident that you're still friends with now?
Oh, yeah.
And what did they think of you? Like, wow, they must look at you like a goddess. Like, wow.
Well, it's so crazy. One of my really close friends, AK, she's a DJ. There you go. I'm gonna give you some promo.
Hey, AK baby, what up?
It's so funny because like literally only like a couple of years ago, she would be like, Tish, I remember when you would used to go into the stores with me and you would ask me like, can you come with me because I don't know what to pick out, like, you know, I don't feel comfortable or confident, and like they'll be taking photos, they'll be so comfortable with taking photos for social media and just putting up a photo, like having fun, and I'll be like, oh, I'll take the photo for you type of thing. And she goes, Tish, like you have come so far, like I'm so proud. We just had this conversation recently and I'm just like, oh my God, I have. And it's good to have, you know, those people around you that are supportive and have seen your progress and your shift in your mindset. So
I think it's also good for you to recognize like how far you've come as well, and say like, well done to me. Like, do you know what?
Yeah, to actually give yourself that recognition.
And your family, how do they feel as well? Like seeing you now in LA, living the dream, signed to 3 modeling agencies, walking New York Fashion Week. Wow. How do they feel?
They're so proud. My mum is the biggest cheerleader. She is like the first to be like, Tish, I saw this, I saw that, I watched this, I've got a copy of that. She'll go into the stores and get the catalogs if there's catalogs. I'm like, Mom. She'll tell everyone, she's like, my daughter's in LA modeling, blah, 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 traveling around. I'm like, Mom, you're embarrassing me. But no, they're so proud. They're so supportive. They're so excited for what I'm doing. And it's not just modeling. There's more to it. You know, there's a message behind what I'm doing. And I think that's what she's really, really excited about. So
it's a very strong message, and it's a message that needs to be spread. It needs to be spoken about. And on that note, you actually shared a video on your Instagram. I think it wasn't long ago. This was the most recent one. And you spoke about the perfect body image and not wanting to suck fat out of your stomach and move it around and all that sort of things, which are big conversations right now. Why do you think it's so important for you to be so honest and transparent on social media? Because what you were saying was like, you actually said, I don't have the perfect tummy. Yeah. But I mean, on that note, who does? Like, what is the perfect tummy? Yeah. We can't define it. No. Everyone's different.
That's exactly.
But why do you think it's so important to share that message?
I think it's important to share that message because we live in a day and age where there is so much expectations on young women and just women in general, people in general, even men. Yeah. There's so many expectations, and you know, I know that's getting work done is like sort of a bit taboo, and if you want to go get work done, I think that's wonderful. Like anyone that wants to get work done, that's on them. But for me personally, I just don't feel like I need to go and do what society expects me to look like and go and do what society expects of me to be. So I'm just like, you know what, like this is how I'm built. I can't do anything about it unless I decide to change my habits and change my lifestyle, which is completely on me. You know, I'm not about to conform to what anyone expects of me or has this painted perception of me, because, you know, that I am who I am, and I'm not going to change who I am for what anyone thinks I should be. So.
And with that, what role do you think social media plays in people's perceptions of body image?
Well, I think a lot of people idolize people a little bit too much, and they don't realize that what they see might necessarily not be what they see. Like there might be so much more to that they don't know about. So, you know, I just think comparing yourself to other people is just not a healthy thing in general. So just to be happy and live your life and find love within yourself. And, you know, if you down the track, you still feel some type of way about something that you want to change, then so be it. Like no one should tell you what you can and cannot do with your body. Like only you can make those decisions for yourself. But I like to encourage people to love and embrace who they are first and foremost before they make any type of decision like that. So
that's the message we share.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But me personally, this is how I am.
And we love how you are, girl. I'm obsessed.
You're gonna have to take it.
Okay, and in one of your, I think it's quite an older video actually, you were in Thailand and you spoke about how you kind of imposed your insecurities onto another person. And I think that's something like everybody is guilty of doing at some point in their lives. How do you think we overcome this? Well, to start with that situation, I was super insecure with my cellulite. And I remember just seeing women walking around with their cellulite out. And I remember looking at it in disgust. And it pains me to say this out loud, but, you know, I've spoken about it. And
the reason why I did was because I hated my cellulite so much. And I would look at these women and like, ugh, like, why would you do that? Now, when I look back, I'm like, wow, like what a shocking, poisonous, toxic mindset to be in. And I realized that that was my insecurity that I was projecting on these women. These women had no problem with who they were. They were living their best life. They were, do you know what I mean? So I put my insecurity on them. And once I identified that that was my own insecurity, I realized, hey, that's not an issue at all. Like, that's not something we should be focusing on. What we should be focusing on is, you know, being positive and loving ourselves and being confident within ourselves and not looking at other people and picking them apart. So now I'm like, yeah, girl, you do your thing. Like, like as long as you're feeling good, like you'll radiate it. Like if someone's confident, they'll radiate it. And I think that's what draws people in more. So,
and with that, I think it's interesting that, obviously in the social media space that we're in the world that we're in with social media, there can be a lot of negative comments. And do you think, with that in mind, do you think maybe you're a little bit more understanding? Because I guess not everybody, but sometimes could you think, well, maybe that person's not happy with themselves? Not that it makes it right. No. Because I hate negativity online. Like, I know that it's not a nice thing whatsoever for anybody, but are you quite understanding too sometimes?
I am understanding sometimes, but then I'm also like, you know, everyone is dealing with something. So I'm just like, you know what, my way of dealing with it is just not retaliating back. Or if it's a dude, oh man, I think I have zero tolerance for men. I'm sorry. Yeah. But if it's a dude, I will just, I'm guilty of like saying something back that's really quick-witted or like something smart. Like I'll be like, sit down, child. Or like, get off my page, little boy. Or something. Like, I might have my moments, but I just think people are dealing with their own thing, and I just don't take it personal. Like, you can't take anything personal. You just, and I can understand how it would be difficult for someone that is still struggling to find confidence in their self and all of that. I can see how words that are negative being put towards them would really affect their mindset and maybe make them go backwards or anything like that. But I think for me personally, I just brush it off, because, you know, it's someone's opinion. That's not my opinion of me, and that's all that matters. My opinion of me is up there, so I can't let someone else's opinion dictate how I think and feel for myself.
And so I'm sure you still have insecurities in some way. Yeah. How do you embrace them on a day-to-day?
You know, I'm a woman, I'm a human, I'm like everyone else. I'm not some super person. Like, I do have my moments where I'm like, I feel round, or like there'll be just something like I'm feeling on that day. But you know what? I just try not to focus on that. I'll be like, you know what? You bomb. Like, you just go out there and do your thing. Just don't even think about it, because you know, it's you thinking it, not everyone else. It's half the time the battle is just in your head, like, because people are out doing their own thing. They're probably thinking about themselves. So, you know, just talk myself out of my insecurity that I'm having in that moment.
No, I want to talk about something very interesting. Now, I'm going to say a quote from something I saw on Instagram the other day.
Yes.
And I want to see how you react to it, okay?
Oh, gosh.
So, what would you say, or what would you think of if I was to say to you, real bum booties versus fake bum booties? Do we know what I'm talking about, Letitia? I'm going to give you a moment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little more. So we noticed, Letitia, that a certain somebody who we all know very well, the world knows very well actually, follows you on Instagram, and you seem to be the only person he follows on Instagram. Oh, I just said a he. Outside of his 10.1 million followers, you're the only person he follows. So I feel like there's a little bit of tea to be spilt, Letitia.
You know, we're having some interesting weather here in LA.
No tea right now? Come on, Letitia, you've got to spill the tea for the podcast.
No, who are you talking about?
Okay, what about if I could start singing a song? Should I sing a song?
Go for it.
Wait, here's some skill now. You ready? You ready? She lit me like a lollipop. She lit me like a lollipop. Shawty wanna, Letitia in the club.
Is the interview over? Have you got other questions on your little notepad?
So Letitia, can we spill any tea on what I've just touched on? Anything at all? I mean, if people listening don't get who I'm talking about, I mean, I'm not going to say it. I don't need to say it for you. But what's going on? Is there anything going on there? Are we going to keep the tea in the cup? Is it staying in the cup today?
Yeah, we'll keep the tea in the cup.
Okay. So let's go on to the next subject. Okay. So without even this conversation, we've established you're here, you're not going anywhere, you're absolutely killing it. So what is next?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. You tell me. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm just taking each day as it comes. And, you know, I'm thankful for the opportunities that I have been given and the blessings that I've received, and anything that comes in the future, you know, so be it. I'm going to take it on and just love every moment of it, because, you know, this is all the time that we have. It's now. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. I'm not too sure.
I'm sure it's going to be pretty exciting. Yes. We look forward to it. On a nice note, what message would you give to anybody out there struggling, whether it be with their body image, whether it be with their mind, anything that you could offer to help?
Yeah, I think what I would share to someone that is struggling is just to get out of your mind and not beat yourself up about how you look or anything like that. Just learn to love yourself, like focus on the things that you find beautiful within yourself, and just have positive conversations with yourself and surround yourself with positive people. I cannot stress that enough. Like have uplifting and positive and supportive people in your life. Anyone that's toxic doesn't need to be there. Anyone that's putting you down does not need to be there. Like get rid of them, and you'll just find that your world changes and you'll just be in a better mindset.
And finally, can you share with me 2 things that myself and the world might not know about you?
Ooh. I think the world knows a little bit about it, maybe not, but I love to draw. I love to sketch. Yeah, I didn't know that. I draw a lot. I don't really share it with the world because that's my hobby.
Artistic side as well as your makeup. I guess it's art, makeup.
Yeah, I love art, and I love sketching and drawing, and it's something that I don't really share with the world because that's for me, you know what I mean? That's like my little sanity and my safe space. So yeah, I enjoy that. What else do I do? I'm a homebody. Like I'm a homebody.
What's a homebody?
I like being a grandma. Like I don't go out. Like
you like staying at home.
I enjoy my company so much. I don't know what's wrong with
it. I'd enjoy it too, babes.
I'm such a homebody. I don't know what else. Yeah, maybe in the next interview I'll have something else new to share with you.
We'll have you back again, definitely. Well, it's been amazing getting to know you, Letitia. Now we are going to slide into your DMs, which I can't wait for. However, if you would like to listen to what questions have been asked in Letitia's DMs, you will need to hit the link in bio and head to our podcast to listen to the exclusive bit of content. Thank you to everybody for watching. This has been PLT Behind Closed Doors with the gorgeous Letitia.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming. This has been the best day.
Yes, thank you.
Bye, thank you. Bye.
Mwah, mwah.